What is going on, you guys? It's Cess back here with another episode of Inside the Mind. This is a series where I take you guys through one of my, more preferably a search and destroy game in which I tell you guys the strategies and thoughts that I had during a certain play to help you guys improve or so you guys get a better perspective of what kind of player I am. In this gameplay, you're going to see my teammate Jinx and I just completely bombard and rush the enemy spawn like crazy. And really, this episode is just going to be basing on rushing strategies here on Terrace. I already have a video on Terrace S&D tips and tricks, so I'm going to link that in the video description for you guys. But this is different because I'm going to be rushing the enemy spawn like crazy. So in the beginning, I tell my teammates, and I lowered the volume here in the video because I'm talking and I don't know, I just didn't want to be heard talking, and it's just, you might have trouble hearing the gameplay sound. But I told my teammates I was feeling very cocky because we were playing a team that was out in like the Middle Eastern Europe, and host was really a favorable, you know, a very huge advantage here. So I go ahead and rush, and I go ahead and pick off a kill. I get another kill here, almost killing Dennis. But luckily I didn't, getting that double kill. I go ahead and pick up the bomb, and since I know 2 are down and 3 of my teammates are alive, I'm gonna go ahead and put down the bomb quickly. I know I'm just doing the speed plant because it looks cool and it makes me feel awesome. And right here, one of my teammates is already looking over bomb. I get a call out that he is in the pool, so I'm gonna go ahead and pick him off right here. And I'm really gonna be very aggressive in this gameplay, and just, you guys are gonna be seeing that I'm gonna be using various rushing lanes, mainly because if I keep using the same one over and over again, even though they are from the other side of the world, I'm not saying that they're stupid. It's just that, you know, traditionally Americans are better, and not to have pride in my country or anything. I'm just gonna shut up now. Anyway, I go ahead and use a different lane to rush because eventually the enemy team is going to pick off that I'm rushing in the same direction. So I pick off one right here in lobby. I'm going to go ahead and run through the front. I was so one-shot, so I melee this guy. And right here, I get my first death, but I leave him weak, and I call him out purple to Bly. Bly's easily going to get that quick scope, and right here, he gets a call that they're actually back at their spawn. And right here, I'm just chilling, and CB is trying to, I think CB's in this map. He's trying to go ahead and get those callouts in. He's really good at getting these callouts. And also, I'll put a link in the description to the clan YouTube also. Get that noticed. And yeah, right here, we're just, you know, doing our thing. And we are up 2-0. Gonna go back on offense. And I'm still gonna be thinking I want to be playing aggressive. Because first map we beat them 6-2, so here I kind of just think, you know what, these guys are not even that big of a challenge to us, so I just want to go ahead and close this out as quick as I possibly can. So I rush through sign, which is not expected, but the second they see me, they could have killed me. So I pick up one here. I'm going to go ahead and pick off a second one right here, and go ahead and move to the back of their base so I can get a better look. Get shot from behind. I'm going to go ahead and take a look. I call them out to my teammates, and every time I see them, I try to hurry up to go ahead and get the call in. So it's like I'm looking at an enemy. I want to go ahead and call him out that I see him so that my teammates can take the initiative to help me. You don't ever really want to, you know, shoot at a guy or tag him up, and then all of a sudden, you know, you lose him and you be like, he ran back purple. It's like, you don't know. Just call him out as soon as you see him. I still have problems with it. My teammates still have problems with it, but we're working on it, and a lot of competitive players don't do it. Some do, and it really does help. But the second you see an enemy, you should try to call him out to your teammates so they can help you out. Here, Jinx, I think he's still 0 deaths. He's just rushing like crazy, and I'm gonna go ahead and rush with him. This time I'm going mid pool, and honestly, guys, I don't really play all that aggressive. Terrace, it was one of my better maps when I was with JSG, but now with IG, it's just like, it's become one of my weaker maps easily. Right here, I get 2 quick picks off the break, and right here, easily, it's going to be a hot 4-0. And at this point, I think, you know what, like, this map is pretty much ours. I can close this out, but you guys are going to see kind of a little thing that I want to describe with you guys on something you shouldn't do or something you shouldn't think about whenever you're playing competitively. So here, we're on the 4-0, and at this point, I can almost guarantee that Dennis and I are just completely just like our dicks are hanging. We're just feeling so cocky right now, and we're just like, you know what, Dennis and I have this mind coordination that, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and rush to the spawn one more time. And so of course he rushes in with me, and we're looking through the enemy base really solidly, looking around, and I see that my bomb carrier is dead, and I know where he's at because I can see the minimap. And right here, we get the 5-0. And this is exactly where I feel just completely confident. I feel as if this team has a hard time getting rid of me and Dennis. Because Bly, and I'm sorry, I'm not sure who the other player is. I can't see because I'm on a tiny screen. But Bly and let me see if I can get a quick look as to who it is if I bring up the scoreboard. No, I don't. Well, I think it was CB and Bly. They weren't necessarily doing bad. It's just that Dennis and I were rushing so hard and playing so aggressively that we ended up getting all the kills. Right here, I used the same route that I did before, and I get picked off because now the enemy team is waiting for me at the back of their spawn. And that's exactly what I was talking about in the beginning of the video, is that you don't want to make your rushes or your plays repetitive, because if that's the case, they're eventually going to pick up on it, and it's just going to be very easy for them to pick you off. Bly misses a snipe here, and that ultimately leaves a 1 versus 3 situation here on Dennis. Dennis has not died yet, which is insane to me, but at this point I'm kind of just thinking, you know what, I'm going to think realistically. 1 versus 3, it doesn't seem likely, but who knows? You never know. And so I'm just playing it out here, and I'll tell you guys right now, we lose 3 rounds in a row because we are playing very aggressively and very cocky, more than we need to be. And the thing about being a competitive player is, like, yes, it's fine to have confidence. You know, going into a match thinking I can win this, my teammates and I can do this, that's great because it's a momentum booster and it's also a self-esteem booster to you. But at the same time, just because you're confident does not mean you should be cocky or conceited about your play style. There are ultimately people out there in this in the game in AW that are better than you. As you know, as harsh as it sounds, you know, there are teams way better than my team, and of course there's you know, there's players better than me. I have, you know, some teammates that are better than me, but you don't want to be playing cocky overall. You kind of want to play back. It's good to play aggressive overall if you're really good at it, but don't make it repetitive. And don't be, you know, don't just put yourself out there like crazy. And that's the mistake that Dennis and I made 3 rounds in a row. Even though we lost 1 here, I said, you know what, it's just 1 round. This is whatever. I kind of expected them to be at the back of their base, so I played a little slower, as you can see here. And I look and I see that they're top mall. And I try to challenge with an ASM1, and this is the cockiness that I'm telling you guys about that you don't want to have. I think it was right here where I get it. Oh, well, it's backstairs. Well, this is the cockiness you don't want to have. That was a gunfight that should have been for an AR, but because I was so cocky about it, I just fought with an ASM1, and ultimately I leave my teammates down because I just go to try to get a quick pick when it didn't work last round. And right here you can see that 2 guys are down. Bly's all by himself, picks 1 off, and right here we're trying to hope for the 1v3, but they just completely bombard him, and that was it for that round. And one thing is to know when to play aggressive and when to play it slow. If you're going to be playing teammates, or I'm sorry, if you're playing a team that's, you know, not on your same skill level, or they're just not as experienced as you, you know, you might feel a little cocky and you might want to be like, you know what, I just want to close out this game right away. And it's, you know, it's fine every once in a while, or maybe it's like, you know, for example, I've been in many positions where I'm just like, you know, we're down 5-4. At this point, we have nothing to lose. Let's just go ahead and play it aggressive. And sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't. It's just a matter of changing yourself up. You just have to know when to play aggressive. But when you're playing people that are at your same skill level or have the same experience as you do, you have to know to play back, but not slow. Because if they're playing aggressive and they're good at S&D, or excuse me, or they're good at whatever game type that you are, and you're playing it very passively, eventually that aggression is going to get to you, and it's going to be ultimately very hard for them to get to you. So right here, I'm going to go ahead and try to defend A-bomb, get that quick 2-piece, and I'm going to rotate around to A, get picked off from the back, and there's 1 teammate left, it's CB, and he's going to overlook A-bomb. He sees them over there. I think it's a 1v1 at this point. And we're hoping right here that we can close it out, but he gets picked off from the side. And then right here, this is where we decide, okay, you know what? Let's just play our regular S&D game, and let's go ahead and close this out, because then we're going to give these guys a comeback. It's going to be back on their host, and I would say it was lucky that we won on their host, but the way we beat them, it was way too convincing to say it was lucky. We beat them 6-2 on that map, so it really wasn't lucky, but we just didn't want to have the fact that we have host as a, you know, a problem. We didn't want to think that host was going to be a problem. So we decided to play our regular S&D game. I'm going to go ahead and try to rush B at this point. I'm playing it back because they're probably in the back of their base, or they might go ahead and push up a little bit too, you know, to play a little, to kind of play aggressive towards us. So I'm playing it right here, and all I'm waiting for is a quick pick. So right here, CB gets first blood. So right here, I take the initiative to go ahead and move up to B. So that way I know that it's fine. I see that 2 more are taken down. It's easily a 3v1. So I'm easily going to plant the bomb. So it puts more pressure onto the enemy team, so that way we can bait out that last player. And as I'm looking, he's in lobby, and that's the end of the game, ultimately. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys do enjoy the series, make sure to leave a like button or subscribe if you haven't already. Again, I'm going to leave my Terrace S&D tricks and tips video in the description, and hopefully you guys do enjoy this kind of content. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Squad, that was textbook.